Hey, what's up guys, Hero94 back with yet another action figure review, and we're looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends. This is the Deadpool Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave, and we're looking at the X-Men version of Deadpool. So newly updated Deadpool, much needed for an X-Men Deadpool. We haven't gotten one of these in quite a bit from Hasbro, so this is much needed, and it looks like he's sporting a new body mold, so very excited about that. You see what he comes with there. We're going to take a closer look at the figure, of course. I did start off this wave with the Pirate Deadpool, so if you missed that review, go ahead and check it out, because he's actually a pretty cool figure. So here's the front of the package. The side art is pretty cool. I like that. Very nice. And then the back side, we get the rest of the wave shown right here. Got the Strong Guy looking nice and bulky on the left side. And then we have a read-up that reads, "Just got the suit back from the dry cleaners. I hear blue and gold is the new red." And there you have it. So that's the read-up. Check the links down below in the description where you guys can order your set from BigBadToyStory.com if you're interested. So here is yet another Deadpool, but hey, this is a Deadpool wave, so it's only fitting that we get more than one Deadpool. And this is a newly updated X-Men Deadpool. The nice classic blue and yellow costume. We haven't gotten one from Hasbro in quite some time. I don't remember the year it came out, but I believe it came in a 2-pack with Warpath. So that's been a while. Finally, we have an updated version. And at first glance, I thought he was sporting the new Spider-Man body mold, but I was mistaken. Totally incorrect. I don't know what caused me to think at first glance that this was the new Spider-Man mold from the retro wave, and it is not. No, this is actually the same body mold from the Sasquatch Deadpool. Even though it's not the Spider-Man body mold, I'm okay. It's fine. This body mold is just as flexible, but of course, the Spidey is the new and improved and probably the best body mold so far Hasbro's produced. Let's take a closer look at him. So check him out. Here we have our X-Men Deadpool. It's like they always have to give him some squinting eye effects for their face. So got the right eye, which is on our left, kind of squinting, and the one on the right, which is his left, is wide open. He's sporting this torso piece, which is very similar to the old Deadpool figure chest accessory that they gave on the older figure, and I do believe that this is actually the same exact sculpt reused. Kind of crazy, right? And what's crazy about this is just it seems a little small. It's like not meant for this figure, you can tell, because look where it's at. It's above his waist. It's on his stomach, like on his belly button. It just seems very, very weird, and it is exactly what I think it is. It's a reused old sculpt from like 10 years ago. I mean, I feel like they could have given us a new piece, a new chest piece. If they really wanted to give us this, definitely could have given us a new piece. This is actually removable though, if you unpeg it right here, down below here. So let's go ahead and take that out and see what he looks like. Once we take that off, it's kind of like a naked Deadpool though. Doesn't have the X on his chest or anything, but you can take it off if it bothers you that much. We're going to go ahead and put it back on there. Moving on with the figure, we can take a look at the rest of him. Pretty simplistic here, nothing crazy. And then here's the back side. So Deadpool here comes with a ball jointed hinge for the neck or head. So he looks up about this high up, and then he looks down that low. He's got that little choker collar that the Sasquatch Deadpool came with, so pretty much exactly the same figure here. Left and right on the head. Goes all the way around, of course. We get, not really a tilt, moves a little bit. The arms are going to go forward, all the way up and down, in and out. We have these very deep, beautiful shoulder butterfly joints here. So it goes back all the way up here, as you see. Pretty heavy, and then forward about this far. Get it, there you go. So about that far forward. Definitely does move back a lot more. I like the line work here. It's very clean, even through the joints, and even goes all the way here. It does eventually cut off, unfortunately. When I stretch it here, it does cut off too on the front. So it does break the illusion a little bit there. So we got the ab crunch here. Going forward, does get hindered, of course, because of the torso harness. Goes back. We get the waist swivel there. The arms have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, swivel at the wrist with a hinge. We have T-joint legs that go forward and back, in and out, about this far. Thigh swivels, double jointed knees. We get the boot cut shin swivel, hinge at the ankle, and a rocker as well at that angle. So what does he come with? Well, he comes with some weapons here. We get a shotgun, rifle, something futuristic here. This might be a new sculpt. I don't recall seeing this unless I never owned a figure that had this. But what I don't like here is the lack of paint. My goodness. So I kind of mentioned this in my previous review, which was the Pirate Deadpool. And he came with a new weapon, which was the Pirate Pistol. And it was painted. And I was like, man, Hasbro actually painted a weapon this time around. And I say that because, look, this is what they do sometimes. They don't paint the weapons. I don't know. Just give it a gunmetal paint. That's all it needs. It's too much to ask for. Maybe it is. But anyways, he comes with that. We get a pistol that's also the same color, not painted. And then we get two swords, which at least the swords are painted. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. So they are the same swords, katanas, whatever you call it, that Deadpool always gets. Yellow and blue. The blade is just a silverish plastic, gray plastic. And those are his accessories for this figure. And of course he comes with the smallest Build-A-Figure piece. But the most important, or one of the most important, we have Strong Guy's head. Look at that sculpt. I like it. Got the little hair swirl at the front of his forehead. Got the glasses there and his smile. And there's the back of the head. So stay tuned. I'm slowly building Strong Guy. Very excited for that. And yes, the Deadpool head, the almighty unmasked Deadpool head, fits on this body perfectly. Nice fit. This is pretty much the only other head I can swap this guy with because everything else is just red. So wouldn't really make sense to put this head on there unless somebody would paint this blue. That would work out. But this is all we got here. And it looks good because he just looks like he unmasked himself. So as he should. So the first comparison I'm going to show you guys is, of course, the Sasquatch Deadpool figure. This is the body mold. The same exact body mold, just repainted, of course. And I like this body mold. It's nothing wrong with it, so it looks good. I'm glad they went with this. It would not look so well if they used the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool. I think that one's, at this point, is outdated. So this one definitely is a good fit. So what they did here is they used the Sasquatch Deadpool body, and then they used the X-Force Deadpool head right there. I think that might have been the same head that the Juggernaut Deadpool used as well, possibly with the squinty eye and the open eye, of course. So if I bring that Deadpool in here, you can see it is the same head sculpt. So they just put that head onto the Sasquatch body. And of course it's very different than the Sasquatch Deadpool head because that one is completely different. So there's a look at that. And then here we have the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool. You guys remember when this was the hype, the biggest figure of the year? Totally took social media by storm. But here we are. They look good. Height-wise, Juggernaut Deadpool is a little bit taller. And of course we have our Netflix and chill, or Deadpool and chill, whatever you want to call this. Boxers Deadpool, flip-flops Deadpool. Super awesome figure in my opinion. And here he is. And of course we have the newest Pirate Deadpool. I did review this figure. Be sure to check that review out. And yes, I actually own it. Finally, I have an older figure that I can compare it to the newer figure. And this is the old X-Men Deadpool figure by Hasbro. This came in the 2-pack with Warpath, I believe. This figure still is good. It still has a crazy amount of articulation. Very nice figure. The paint job is nice. I think there's still going to be people that prefer this Deadpool over the new one. Maybe because of the colors, the shading that this figure has and this one does not. Maybe that just needed some shading. But then there's also the side that does like the newer one better. I do like the shoes on this one. I like the strap, the buckle there, a little bit more detail. We do get the little thigh strap for the holster for the gun. And as you can see, the torso harness is indeed exactly the same piece, reused after all these years. Height-wise, it looks like the new one might be a tad bit taller. If not, they might be the same. But from where I'm looking at it, yeah, it looks like the new one is a little taller. There is a side view of them. And here is a back view As you see, they're both lacking detail on the sheaths for the swords. And when I say detail, I mean shading, but here's the other side view. So I did want to get them next to some X-Men, some other mutants, and here we have Cyclops. Here is our Tiger Stripe Wolverine. There is our Blue Beast. There we have Jubilee. And then lastly for the mutants, we have Rogue. And there we have next to a Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool. And there he is next to the Green Goblin from the Spider-Man Retro Wave. The swords do sheath in very well, so that's great. And one last test, let's check out the weapons and see if they fit inside his hand grip, and his hand grips seem to be very tight, so I guess that's a good sign. And there you have it. So he does definitely hold his weapons very well without any hassle. And I do appreciate how tight they made those hands, even though it took me a little bit of using force to put the weapons in there, the guns, but that means he can hold his swords without it being loose, something that Pirate Deadpool has an issue with. His hands are a little bit too open to hold his swords, so they kind of dangle around. This one actually grips it fairly well. So there you have it, guys. That is your new X-Men Deadpool. Pretty cool. My only gripes would have to go to the weapons, lack of paint, and maybe we could have gotten a new harness. But then again, looking at the Sasquatch, that one did get a new harness, and even that one's above the waistline, looking like it's the same length. So I don't know, but either way, I really enjoy the new updated figure. Obviously, it's on the new body mold, very much more modern compared to the old outdated body of the X-Men Deadpool from that 2-pack. Stay tuned for more reviews from this strong guy Build-A-Figure wave of Deadpool. I'm gonna keep pumping them out, of course. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these as much as I am enjoying making it for you. So like the video, leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Stay safe out there, and as always, have a great day.